Basic Math, Chapter 7, Section 10, Ordering Numbers You Know. Sometimes you will need to order numbers in different forms from least to greatest. Order mixed numbers and fractions as you would whole numbers. For example, write the numbers in order from least to greatest. 2 and 1/2, 9 over 4, 3. Like mixed numbers have like fractional parts. Step 1. Change the improper fraction to a mixed number. The improper fraction, 9 over 4, puts 9, which is on top, in the shop. 4 does the dividing. So you get the mixed number 2 and 1/4. Step 2, change the mixed numbers to like mixed numbers so their denominators are the same. 2 1/2 has a denominator of 2. 4 is a multiple of 2, so we can make 2 1/2 equal to 2 2/4 because it takes two 2's to make a 4, so 2 times 1 is 2. 2 1/4 already has 1/4, so now the 4's are the same for the denominator, which makes them like mixed numbers. Step 3. List the fractions vertically. Find the least and the greatest numbers. So the whole numbers all line up, the fractions are lined up. So the whole numbers have 2 and 2, and 3 is greater than 2, so it's on the bottom. That's the greatest. Of the 2's, the 2 1/4 is the least amount now that we can see them all lined up. So step 4 is to write the numbers in order from least to greatest. 2 1/4, 2 2/4, 3. Step 5 is to rewrite the numbers in the given form. 2 1/4 was 9/4. 2 2/4 was originally 2 1/2. 3 was always 3. So the numbers from least to greatest are 9/4, 2 1/2, 3. So practice A, write each group of numbers in order from least to greatest. Let's take a look. So number 1, we can turn the improper fraction of 3 over 2 into a mixed number. So the number on top goes in the shop and 2 does the dividing. So we get 1 1/2, 1 1/2. For 3 over 2. Now we have the 2's as the denominator are already like fractions, so we can order them. We had 3 1/2, 3, then 1 1/2. So we can now say that, well, the 1 is the least, 1 1/2 is the least. And so we'll put that one first in its original form, 3 over 2. And then the next is 3. And then 3 1/2 from least to greatest with commas. Let's try one more. 4 has some space. So we have An improper fraction is 7 over 3, a mixed number of 7 and 2/3, and then the whole number 2. So step 1 will turn this improper fraction into a mixed number by putting the number on top in the shop. 3 does the dividing, and that's going to give us 2 and 1/3. And so that is 7 over 3. Now we can line up the numbers, putting the whole number first. So 2 and 1/3, then 1 and 2/3, and then 2. So we already have like mixed numbers, and now we can arrange them and identify which one is least. Well, the 1 is the least because 2 is greater than 1. So this is going to be the one that we write first. 1 and 2/3 was also the original number. Now, 2 and 1/3 or just 2. Since there's no fraction, there's nothing else with it. 2 has at 1/3 more than just plain old 2. So we'll put the whole number 2 next, which leaves us with the 2 and 1/3, which was originally 7 over 3. So from least to greatest for number 4, 1 and 2/3, 2, and then 7 over 3. Practice B. Write each group of numbers in order from least to greatest. So we can do some more practice. Start with number 6. So we have 3 numbers, 2 mixed numbers, and 1 improper fraction. So let's start with 5 over 3. The number on top goes in the shop, and so we're going to get 1/3 with 2 over 3. So 1 and 2/3. So then we'll line them up. So we got 1 and 2/3, 1 and 1/2, then 1 and 5/6. We can see that all the denominators, are different numbers. These are unlike mixed numbers. So we can make them all like denominators. So let's find the least common multiple of 3, 2, and 6. 6 is a multiple of 3, and 6 is a multiple of 2. So we can make all of these with denominators of 6. So we would have to multiply the 3 by 2, the 2 by 2. The whole number will stay the same. So this will become 1 and 4/6. The 2 gets multiplied by 3 to get to 6. So we're going to get 1 and 3/6. And then the 1 and 5/6 is already 6. So we don't have to change anything. Now they're all 1 and 1/4, 1 3/6, 1 5/6. So we can just look at the numerators, and the 3 is the least. So we can write that first. The 1 and 3/6 was 1.5 originally. And then the 4 over 6 is originally the 5 over 3. So we will write 5 over 3, commas, and then last is 1 and 5/6. So that's how we can order the group of numbers in order from least to greatest. And there's a few more to practice, and there's your workbook to practice as well. So we could use these for more help if you would like some more help. You can also take a look at everyday problem solving. Hiking trails were built in a local park. Use the chart to answer the questions. Which trail is the longest? So here we have 4 different mixed numbers, but they have different denominators. So we should make all of these have the same denominator so we can more easily tell which is less and which is more. We have a 2 and an 8 and a 4 and another 8. So what is the least common multiple for 2, 8, and 4? Well, 8 is a multiple of both 2 and 4, so we'll use 8. It will take 4 2's to get to 8. So this 1/2 will change to 4/8. And the new whole number is 3 and 4/8. 3 and 3/8 already is eighths. The 3 and 3/4 would change because it takes 2 4's to get to the 8. And 6 times 2, or sorry, 3 times 2 is 6. So now this mixed number is 3 and 6/8. And 3 and 5/8 already is eighths. All right, now we can compare them. So the one that's the longest will be the greatest amount. They are all distances with the whole number 3. So then we'll look at the numerators since they all have the same denominator now. The one with the greatest numerator will be the one that's the longest, which is field. And which one's the shortest? That would be Pleasant. List the distances in order from least to greatest. So we've got Pleasant, 3 and 3/8. And we know Field is the longest, so which one is next? Looks like Vista's next, which was originally 3 and 1/2. Then Stream, 3 and 5/8. And Field was the longest with 3 and 3/4. List the names of the trails in order from shortest to longest. So we've got Field, then 3.5 was Vista, 3 and 5/8 is Stream, and then the last is, oh, I put the Field is actually the one that's the longest. This one is actually Pleasant. All right, trying to go too fast. Cindy walked the entire distance of one of the trails. She walked 3 and 9/12 miles. So which trail did she walk? So if we made it 12ths, which one would give us 9 as the numerator? So it would take, if we did it, see here, we had our eighths here. But if we also divided this down to lowest terms, what would we have? Let's see if we did that. So if we divided them both by 3, that would give us 3/4. So really, she went 3 3/4 of a mile, and 3 3/4 matches field, because field is 3 3/4. So please practice your workbooks for Chapter 7, Section 10, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.